happy. So you've decided that you want to start your own business as a disability support worker. Go out on your own, do it. Super exciting. Congratulations. Go you. Let's talk about what's required and what's ahead of you. Hey everybody, my name is Jackie Grant. Welcome to our Connect and Grow podcast and YouTube channel. Wherever you're watching this, I hope that this will bring you some value and insight into running a business in the disability sector. So let's get a couple of things really clear. I really want you to repeat after me. I am a business. I am a business. Why is that important? As an independent, as a sole trader, the minute that you have an Australian business number, you are a business. Let's just let that sink in. The reason I'm so strong about this is because too many times people will come to me and they'll say, I'm not a provider, Jackie. I'm not a business. I'm an independent. You are a business. The minute you have an Australian business number, you are considered a business in Australia who has to abide by Australian consumer law, work health and safety obligations and legislations, and also the ATO. Now, there are other legislations and the list is long when it comes to disability. There's Disability Inclusion Act, there's the NDIS Act, there's human rights, there's anti-discrimination, there's a Disability Inclusion Act. I think I already mentioned that one. There's Fair Work, there's food handling potentially. The list is long. Violence, child safety, like there's all of these legislations that apply to you now. Yes, you, the independent sole trader who's now a business owner. I'm just letting that sink in. You will see me get very passionate about this. And I do get frustrated. I will own it. I've studied business compliance. I have run a registered disability support worker business. I've worked as a support coordinator. I have my own business. I've studied business compliance and quality. I'm reading and learning more about Australian business law as well. I'm not a lawyer, but I learn and read and I know when to refer to a lawyer, when to refer to WorkSafe, when to refer to Fair Work, all of that. When it comes to running a business and as a sole trader, I want you to get it through your head. I am a business. I am a business. I am a provider. That's the other one I want you to get through your head. You are a provider. I was on a webinar a few weeks ago. It was at the end of October with the NDIS Commissioner and Deputy Commissioner. And they kept saying, so all providers will have in place already as part of their business, their documents, policies and procedures. And I went, no, they don't. To which I got what do you mean? No, they don't. And I said, they don't. I said, most independents don't see themselves as being a business owner. They do not see themselves as being a provider. They don't believe that what you've got on the NDIS website is related to them because they see themselves as an independent, not a business owner, not a provider. To which the response was, but they are a provider. I went, I know that. You know that. They don't believe that. So I want you to get really clear because the minute you got your ABN and decided to be a support worker in the disability sector, you became, and you're getting paid with NDIS funding, you are a provider. You are a business owner. Now, as a business owner, you are best practice to set yourself up with insurance the right insurance for your business, your documents, your policies and procedures. This is the foundation from which your business can grow. But if you don't have this in place, you're going to rely on social media, which is not always the best place to gain business advice, business support. It's like when you start your business and you go, well, I rang the NDIS and they told me I just need a service agreement. That's all I need. They're not business lawyers. They're not business coaches. They're not obligated to tell you. They have a website page that says providers are to adhere to Australian consumer law. And then I hear from people, but I'm not a business and I'm not a provider, so therefore I don't have to follow Australian consumer law. Yes, you do. You have an ABN. Yes. You have to abide by the tax laws in Australia as a business owner. So if you're going to social media and you're relying just on one phone call to the NDIS, who is not a lawyer, who is not a business coach, to tell you exactly what you need as a business owner in Australia, and you're going to rely on those two things, it is like going to the electrician for a plumbing problem. He could probably Google it. The electrician could probably go, oh, yeah, my mate had this problem. My mate's a plumber. He had this problem and he would do this. Are you guaranteed the right job, the right information? Not necessarily. I mean, it might work the first time, right? Because, hey, look at that. We Googled it. We found the solution. Found a YouTube video on it. It was really good. But then the problem comes back, or the problem's worse next time. And you call up the electrician, you go, hey, that plumbing problem that you fixed? And he goes, yeah, dude, I'm an electrician, not a plumber. You need to call a plumber for your plumbing problem. So when it comes to getting business guidance, business direction, there's a couple of things. One, social media can be useful as a starting point. But if you sit there, which I have literally heard people tell lawyers this when I've been sitting on the phone in the meeting. Well, on social media, I asked the question about whether I needed to do a risk assessment, and everybody went, no, anyone that tells you that's just money hungry, grabbing people, they're just trying to make money. No, you don't need any of that. And the lawyer sits there and goes, but you were going to take the person out in a boat, or you're going to use this new hoist with this person and you're not going to do a risk assessment. No, I didn't do the risk assessment, and then they fell out of the boat or they fell from the hoist and now I'm being sued. And you still didn't see the value in doing a risk assessment. Did you do an incident form? No, I asked on social media. I got told that I don't need to do that either. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Although 2 people did pipe up and tell me that I should do an incident report and to follow my policies and procedures, but I'm not a business, so therefore I don't have policies and procedures. And I remember the lawyer sitting there, because it was a video call, and he's just shaking his head. He's going, yeah. Okay. The problem is that you are liable. And the problem is that you're actually not seeing that you're liable. And the problem is that you have no infrastructure around your business to even protect your business or yourself. So yes, you are being sued, and yes, there's a strong chance that you're going to have to pay. Yeah, but I don't have any money because I'm just a sole trader. And I asked on social media, and they told me that I don't need policies and procedures, and anyone that tells me that I am is just trying to make money. They're just fear-mongering. I don't need it. And I remember, and I've been in these meetings multiple times, and the lawyer sitting there going, yes, but you're running a business. And you went to social media and you used just that answer and you didn't talk to a business coach. No, because they want to just charge money, and I shouldn't have to pay for any of that. Payment integrity team. send out an email. We require your support log. We require your incident form. Risk assessment. If there's been an incident, they look for that as well. Your case notes, your care plans, your onboarding process. What does your policy say around this? I don't have any of that. I checked on social media. I checked with the NDIS. They said I don't need any of that. Yes, you do need that. You are running a business. First and foremost, a business that is providing a service to a person with a disability, and as part of that, you're getting paid with NDIS funding, which means you follow the NDIS Code of Conduct, you follow the NDIS requirements, and yes, you are a provider. I know that I'm being hard with this, but this is so important that you understand this right at the beginning. The number of times somebody has shared that they've got documents, policies and procedures to sell, including myself. We get that you're fear-mongering people. Nobody needs to have all their policies and procedures. You're just trying to fear-monger people to get paid. This is not fear-mongering. The number of times I've heard people say that to a lawyer. You're just trying to scare me into spending money. Nope. You're setting up a business. You've got to invest in that business to begin with. You've got to have some cash flow into that business. This business is going to cost you money to start. And the sooner that you can connect that and set up your business with a solid foundation, and your policies and your procedures and your documents are how you provide your services. They're part of your service delivery. And by not having them in place, you are setting yourself up that should the payment integrity team put a payment lock on you and you don't have any of this in place, the chances of you getting paid is pretty minimal. There's a really small chance that you will actually get paid. I've known businesses that have worked in the NDIS sector, never done anything wrong, got their business all set up properly, been in there for 6 years. They've now had to close their doors because they haven't been paid by the payment integrity team in 3 months. Well, haven't been paid by NDIS for 3 months. They've had to transition all their participants and all their staff out. Effectively, they've got a business that's owed, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they've been told recently that they will get paid that. They just still haven't been paid it. They haven't been able to pay their staff, so they have to transition everything out. So even when they do get paid, right, we don't know exactly when that will be, but whenever they do get paid, it seems to take around 6 months for all of this to get sorted. Even for the smaller cases that are just $8,000, that's a small case. It's taking six to 8 months for payments to come through. And they're the businesses that had their documents, policies and procedures in place. The businesses that have come to me that have not had anything in place have never been paid. They've been told very clearly, we're not paying you. And some of them have declined to get their documents, policies and procedures in place. They've said, no, I still don't need them. And I go, well, until you do, the payment lock will probably stay. So it just means that they're not going to get paid for any services that they deliver. And you may think that that's unfair, but at the end of the day, you're running a business and there's certain requirements that being paid with NDIS funding requires you to have. There's certain requirements that business compliance in Australia requires you to have, which is separate to the NDIS. So yes, you do require documents, policies and procedures for best practice to meet the compliance. Work health and safety applies to all Australian businesses, including sole traders. And you have the requirement as part of work health and safety to provide a safe work environment for yourself and anyone else that you may employ, even as a sole trader. And you also have the requirement to have a well-being plan in your business and making sure that yourself and anyone that you employ is taken care of properly. So they're taking care of their health and well-being. They're encouraged to take care of their well-being so that they're the best they can be when they show up for work. How do you provide a safe work environment if you haven't done a risk assessment? How? Excuse me. How do you provide a safe work environment if you don't know that there's a problem? Because without a risk assessment, you don't know what is required. And once you identify a certain risk, how do you minimize an incident occurring? Like, what do you do? This is your policy and procedure. What do you do if you get abused? Do you just say it's okay? Do you go to social media and go, my person's abusing me? You're a business owner now. What do you do? When you start your business, I want you to stop and think for a moment. When I got the job over here, what did I have to agree to? What did I do if there was a problem? I'm not saying whether the problem got resolved or not, because there's a difference between raising a problem and the problem being resolved. But what was the process that you were told to follow? That process was the policies and procedures. So this is what you're bringing to yourself. How do you do this? And what happens when something goes wrong? Because it will at some point. That's life. We're dealing with people. People love you until they don't. So yes, we have put together a comprehensive bundle. It's only $999. You have a bit of work to do because the NDIS Commission is getting really strict on this, that anyone that applies for registration or any business owner being paid with NDIS funding actually understands the practice standards. They understand their service delivery and how they deliver their service, and they actually document things. Now, a participant will tell you, don't write anything on me. I don't agree to you writing progress notes. You go, sure, not a problem. You're running a business, so you can still write them, but make sure they're kept under lock and key. Like, privacy and confidentiality is utmost as part of running a business in Australia, as part of Australia. Having your service agreements, your incident management system, your risk management system, your complaints management system, your onboard processing, they're your key infrastructure to your business. And having all of these in place, and then violence and anti-discrimination and advocacy and things like that. There's other things. If you do food handling, so if you're preparing food then you might want to understand food handling obligations and hand washing, hand hygiene techniques, things like this. If a person's going to be giving you money on a regular basis, they give you their card to go and do shopping with them before shift or something like that, or during shift. What's your policy on money handling? You want to back yourself. Your policies and procedures and documents actually support you as the business owner. They form a layer of protection for your business because you follow a certain procedure. Now, make sure that you always get the right advice from the right people. Social media is great too. Hey, does anyone know a great business coach? Does anyone know where I can find the right allied health or the right accountant or the right whatever, right? But if you're relying on social media to give you the most accurate information for your situation, because I've noticed this, people will put up a question. They want to know an answer to a question in something, in disability. Let's just call it disability at the moment. They go, I'm just wondering what to do if this scenario happens. But they don't give you the entire scenario. And they actually are leading you to giving them a specific answer. They're after a specific answer, right? So they will twist it a little bit or not give you all the information. And then as the question starts to get answered, you find that there's more information that uncovers, which actually means that the answer is going to be different to what people have given. I've seen people write, I've just been told it's mandatory to have policies and procedures in place because I won't get paid if I don't have them in place. And then I've seen that post a few times and people go, no, it's not mandatory. You don't even need them. Like you don't even need to have a service agreement in place. And then someone else will pipe up and say, well, actually you do need to have a service agreement in place. You just don't need to have business insurance. And then someone else will pipe up and say, well, you need business insurance and you need a service agreement, but you don't need anything else. And then someone else will pipe up and say, well, the payment integrity team asked me for this, this, and this. And people go, well, you don't have to give them that. And they go, well, I haven't. And they've told me that I won't be paid and I haven't been paid for 3 months. The whole conversation starts to take a different effect because it's all on social media and it's all people's personal perception, experience, belief. Documents, policies, and procedures are best practice for your business and they will be called upon in different ways. Work Health and Safety can do an audit on you at any time. Australian Consumer Law, the group that watches over and implements Australian Consumer Law, can come in and do an audit of your business at any time. They can ask you to answer any questions. Okay, for example, you make bracelets, they're small beads. Do you send out a warning with all of the beads? Yes, I do. Great, you're meeting Australian Consumer Law for safety because there's a choking hazard. That's part of my policy and procedure. When I make a bracelet, I ship it out, it has that warning in it. Part of my policy and procedure. You're running a business. Having your right policies and procedures, especially because we know that at some point the goal is to have all businesses registered with NDIS. So eventually there will be some form of registration that will let everybody know that you are NDIS registered. It could be using, ESSA or APRA registration as well. Like we're still working through what that's going to look like. 2025 is going to teach us that. But you're running a business, you've got to meet certain requirements that the NDIS require and that Work Health and Safety require, Australian Consumer Law requires, Anti-Discrimination Law requires, Human Rights Law requires, Disability and Services Inclusion Act requires. There's all these different things. So running a business does require you to invest the money initially in setting it up properly, and part of your business setup is having your documents, your policies and procedures, because they form how you deliver your business, how you deliver your services, what you do if something goes wrong. Having your emergency plans in place, your business plan in place, your business contingency plan, your marketing plan, your financial plan. As a business coach, I can help you with all of this, but we bundled all of this together for you for $999 plus GST. It's just part of setting up your business. And if the only investment that you have to spend is, say, $2,500 to get your business off the ground, you can make that money. But what it will cost you to not have it in place is going to be far more than by having it in place. Start your business off right today by investing in your documents, your policies, and your procedures to go forward with a solid foundation. Meeting all of your obligations as a business owner, and yes, we practiced this at the start, having an ABN as an independent makes you a business owner. And if you're providing services to people with an NDIS plan, you are also a provider. It's that simple. If you'd like to learn more, then reach out in the comments. Our website is Break Free Consultancy. On the front page, we've got the Soul Trader Comprehensive Bundle. It's easy as clicking on that, pay for it, instant download. You're set to go. Just read through them and change them to suit your business structure. This is best practice, but it's also saving you in the long run. You are investing in you. You really are. You're investing in you. You're investing in your business. It's so important to get it right. And really strong chance that you're going to have to become NDIS registered at some point. So by investing now around, look, just for the documents and that, no more than $1,200. That other consulting companies, I see myself as a coaching company, business. I know we're Break Free Consultancy. I get it. But others, their prices start at around $3,500. And they're harder to adapt. Ours are easy to adapt because we want you to own them. We want you to have business success. We also have Connect and Power Soul Business Membership, which you might like to join. It's only $188 for the whole year, but there is payment plan, and you get regular tips, tools, and strategies, and you get discounts on our events as well. So that's pretty exciting. That's worth an investment. All right, you've got this. I really believe in you. I know I'm a bit hard at times. I know I'm a bit firm, but really, guys, this is about you and your business success. You've got this.